Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And welcome back to the Weird Science YouTube channel here, where I'm going to be going through Daredevil number 26, which is a King in Black tie-in.
How dare you?
And I'll be selfish about this because Daredevil is my favorite book, favorite monthly book going right now. It has been for quite some time. In fact, on the podcast, I have said that I would even marry it.
Sassy.
I am sassy. So that's how much I do love it. It's now going to be taken over a bit by King in Black. And the reason why I don't like that is that Daredevil and Chip Zdarsky's story is a street-level story that's involved things that are going against the normal comic book tropes. Matt has accidentally killed a man when he came back to be Daredevil a little too soon, and he wants to pay the price for that, going to jail and going through the whole deal of being in jail, which is how we start. And the start of this issue is really good as we do see Matt going through his daily life in jail. He's trying to kind of get by with people not knowing he's blind because he's supposed to be Daredevil, and he's allowed in prison as Daredevil. He has the mask on. And that kind of leads to a really good scene where this guy comes over, this Marcus comes over and says, hey, you know, you think you're really great. Everybody in here is freaked out by you. Plus, we actually want to kill you. And Matt says, whoa, you know, I'm trying to, do my deal. I'm trying to go through my sentence here. And this Marcus has a point. He says, you're allowed in here with a mask. So when you get out, whoever you really are, you just get to take off the mask and then you're no fuss, no muss. You're back into society. We don't get that opportunity. So even though you think that you're doing the time for the crime, you really aren't. And it's kind of bullcrap, and we're mad about it. Well, then we go and see that, and it was a big thing, that you ended up having Elektra taking over as Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen to help Matt out. Now, this is one of those things. She has actually given Matt the money so that they bought Hell's Kitchen, so that the people of Hell's Kitchen own it themselves, not taken over by the Stromwyn family. This is all the story leading up to this. And so you keep thinking, boy, that Elektra, she's really nice. She must really be giving old Daredevil a solid. But she needs him, and she first off needs him to get out of jail because there is a prophecy that her and Matt are going to go off and fight the Hands. So she, in my mind, is doing this as a selfish deal because as she does it, she keeps saying, I want to kill these suckers. I want to get them. I want to kill them. But Matt would be mad at me then. And it's to me, it's to get Matt on her side so that when he gets out, he'll be able to or want to join up or at least owe her for this. So I think that while it looks pretty altruistic on the outside, it is things that she's kind of manipulating to try to get Matt on her side. Well, then we get the King in Black. King in Black shows up. We get a Null Dragon. And that's where I think that people who haven't been reading this book and they just get in for the King in Black, they're really going to like this issue. There's a lot of big moments. There's a lot of fan service wow moments. But if you've been reading this book, or at least me, I can't speak for everybody, but me personally, this just throws the whole scope and the whole tone of the whole run out the window for a bit. And then once you get the King in Black out, we'll go back to things. But it seems like this King in Black story is going to propel things forward a lot faster and in a different way than I thought was going to play out, because you get Null Dragons and Null himself and everything going on. There's going to be troubles. And so you end up where New York City's being attacked by Null, all of his dragons. You end up having Wesley have to grab Fisk. Listen, we got to get you out of here. Let's get you in a safe area. Now, most of Fisk's guards go down by the symbiotes, including Typhoid Mary, who gets taken over. She becomes a symbiote. There is the first wow moment. Oh my God, Typhoid Mary as a symbiote? Pretty cool. It is, but it's still a little too big, a little too cosmic for this street level book, in my mind and in my opinion. So you go back to the prison with Matt. Matt's sleeping. He wakes up. He realizes something is in the prison. It is symbiote goo coming in and turning guards and prisoners into symbiotes. Now, Matt starts yelling, I'm the only one that can help. You need to get me out of here so that I can help. Now, while that's going on, you end up having, you need something for Elektra Daredevil to do. And what she ends up doing is this girl and her mother ends up getting turned into a symbiote, going after her daughter, and then you end up having Elektra step in and fight this mother symbiote. And then she's also going to end up fighting Typhoid Mary again in a big moment. Well, Matt in the prison, he's now going to attack the symbiotes. He's going to try to stop them. And it's a pretty cool bunch of action scenes, back and forth, back and forth. Again, though, that isn't necessarily what this book has been all about. It's pretty cool, though, with the set pieces, to just sit there and be wowed by it. It's an action movie, scenes going by with the whole symbiote deal. You end up seeing Typhoid Mary with those awful knife arms and things. So it is a cool thing to look at. Just again, just as an aside, I'll probably repeat it a couple more times. It's just changing the scope and tone of what I have loved about this book. And we go back to Matt. He gets consumed by the symbiote goo, and he then becomes a symbiote himself. He is the Daredevil symbiote deal. He ends up talking to Null as he's being taken over, and Null is saying, I'm going to make you the best ever. And then together we are unstoppable. And there are some cool things. I actually thought that this final panel and the whole symbiote Daredevil would look a little cooler. I'm not that down with this look, but it is cool to have the eyes blacked out and all that to make it on par with what I think a symbiote Daredevil will be. But overall, I was a little disappointed. And I was more disappointed in just the fact that this book had to be involved with King in Black, especially in such a long form. And that's the problem of what we're going to end up having, is if you end up having a long-form story like this, it would be the same as Immortal Hulk, where you have a long-form story. You're not necessarily getting, arcs that end and then we start up something new. Each one's connected, and then this gets thrown in almost like a wrench in the works a bit. So when it did happen, I thought, oh, that stinks. But I think that people will still dig it, especially, you do get the wow moments. You get Typhoid Mary as the symbiote. You end up getting Matt, Daredevil symbiote at the end, and you continue getting the Elektra Daredevil that people seem to like as well. But overall, I'm giving this a 7.8 out of 10. I do like the art. I do like it. It's just, that's me personally, as this is my favorite book going, and this is probably one of my least favorite issues, only because it felt like it was taken away from me a bit to get to this King in Black stuff. I don't know if everybody's going to agree, but that's just how I felt reading it. Now, let me know if you agree or disagree or whatnot, and that's fine. Everybody should have their own opinion. I'm not here to, yell and scream that you have to have my opinion. That's not how I do things. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you like the video. Please subscribe and like it. Also, check out the notes where you can see all sorts of links to Weird Science Stuff podcasts and websites for both Marvel and DC Comics, and our Patreon, where you can get tons more of podcasts and such. So thanks, everybody, and I'll talk to you later.